Well, shysters are at it again. They stole all of your data and now they're trying to sell it. You're probably screwed. Stick around and I will tell you more. Hey everybody, it's Brian from Life After Layoff, and today I want to share with you another ridiculous, sad, disappointing, and frightening story that is developing regarding your personal information and background checks. So apparently some hackers stole a bunch of employment data, and now they're holding the company hostage that if they don't pay them a certain amount of money, that they're going to release it all to the public and basically ruin a bunch of people's lives. So super great. It's not like we have enough crap to deal with in our lives that now we have to deal with these jokers. And in this video, I will break down exactly what's happening. But before we get into that, if you're interested in more job search and career related content directly from a corporate recruiter, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And I also want to thank today's sponsor, Delete Me. All right, so the headline, of course, reads, crooks threaten to leak 3 billion personal records stolen from a background check firm. I don't know what to say about this. This is just silly, there's so much wrong with this. Crooks, background check firms, selling of your data, like kind of all of this is all packaged into one whole sloppy mess here. So it says billions of records detailing people's personal information may be dumped online soon after allegedly being obtained from a Florida firm that handles background checks and other requests for folks' private info. So this criminal gang that goes by the handle US DOD, which put this database of all this information up for sale, $3.5 million. They're selling, I guess it's on the dark web. They're trying to sell all of your information. They basically went in and stole this information from this background check aggregating company in Florida, and now they're trying to flip it for 3.5 million. So I mean, clearly this is some sort of an organized crime gang that is doing this. This is not just some random hacker. This is probably very organized, but it's saying that a rather incredible claim to the trove, including 2.9 billion records on all US, Canadian, and British citizens. So basically what they're saying is that they've got data on pretty much everybody. If you've ever, I'm imagining if you've ever filled out a credit card, gotten a background check at a job, any of the stuff that they might check your employment history, criminal background check, any of that stuff, basically this company is storing all this data. And I got to sit here and think, like, where is the cybersecurity in this? I mean, if you are not if you're thinking about career path or you're not sure what you want to do, cybersecurity is the thing that I would personally do. I would be getting into cybersecurity and diving headfirst into it. Anecdotally, there is a lot of I have some coaching clients right now who are doing really well with job searches, and getting multiple offers, etc., in the cybersecurity space. And man, there's a lot of need for it, just based on the article. I mean, how many times have we seen? I mean, even in the last couple of months, I think I've had 2 different companies contact me saying, so there may have been a data breach and we're really sorry. Maybe not. Your information might have been involved in a security leak, might have been stolen, made available, dark web, etc. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, there is just absolutely no cybersecurity in anything that we do. The biggest of big companies apparently can't keep this stuff secure. The fact that all of these people's information is going to be put for sale and potentially made available to people with nefarious purposes. I mean, clearly they're selling this stuff on the dark web. If they're basically blackmailing this company. It says the pilfered information includes full names, addresses, address history going back 3 decades, social security numbers, people's parents, siblings, relatives. Some of them have been dead for over 20 years. And the information was allegedly stolen or otherwise from this company. This is the Florida company, National Public Data, which is a small information broker based in Coral Springs. So it's like really scary that these guys are hosting all of their information and they're considered to be a small data broker. Now here's the silver lining. It says according to the VX team, the database does not contain information from individuals who use opt-out data services. Every person who uses at least some sort of opt-out services was not present. So we guess there's a good lesson in opting out. So in other words, what you should be doing is going into everybody who possibly could have bought your information from the original service, like the Equifax service or whatever, or in some cases, you don't even know where your information is being sold to, and you have to go in and opt out of them so that they can't share. Because technically, they have to have your permission to do it, so you can opt out of it in theory. But the problem is that there are so many third-party companies buying and selling your data. That's like if you get a bunch of spam emails, or you get a bunch of robocalls, you get a bunch of junk mail coming to you. That's basically what's happening. They have sold your data off to a whole bunch of different data brokers, and your information is everywhere. But the crazy thing here is that this is all related to background checks. And so that's what the disappointing part is that no matter who you get hired with, almost every single company nowadays is doing some sort of a background check, and they will typically go off to major data aggregators like Equifax, like TransUnion, like you think the credit agencies, and these credit agencies will then take your information, they'll run the background checks, they'll take your information, and they basically sell it out to everybody else. And so that's where all that's coming from. And apparently this crew was the same one that previously tried to sell 3 gigabytes plus on the TransUnion site. TransUnion is one of the 3 credit agencies containing information or financial information of at least 58,000 people. So if it's me, what do you do? Like, you can't stop applying for jobs because we all have to do it and we all have to work. But what are the other options? And that's one of the reasons why I'm partnering with Delete Me, and they actually have the ability to go and scrub your information from or opt you out of these data brokers. And so basically what they do is they remove your personal information from being sold online, and you put your information in, you submit some info about you. Then they basically start to go and look for where your information has been sold and where it is showing up, what data brokers own it, and they will start to opt you out automatically. So they'll scan, and then there's kind of year-round protection. And it is something that, like, let's face it, like this in today's day and age, it's just really disappointing. But in today's day and age, you got to protect yourself. And Delete Me offers a really interesting solution to do that. Let me see, I actually have a couple of reports that I've gotten from them. This one's dated March 2024. I have total listings that they've searched was 1,707. They removed me from 146 of them, and they have 62 data brokers with my personal information. So they've been continuing to look and find my information in even more places. And then I got my second report in May 2024. They found or looked at 2,086 listings, and they removed me from 96. So you can kind of see the trend here. 146 the first month, and the next month, and the next time that they looked, they found 96 and 46 data brokers. So that number is going down. I guess that's a good thing, but they're still finding my information being sold out on the World Wide Web. So they're always looking and scanning. The most recent scan was in May, and they'll be doing another scan probably in about another month or so. And they're continuing to look for my information pulling up. So it's something that runs in the background, and it's really, for me, it's a real kind of puts my mind at ease knowing that there is a service out there that is removing this stuff. And if you're interested in signing up yourself, use the code LAYOFF so that you get a 20% discount, so you get the best possible rate. I will leave a link down in the comment section so that you can check it out easily. And here's the company that actually got hacked. They're called National Public Data, nationalpublicdata.com. And it's a very generic website. It's very simple, uses like stock photos. I know my photos kind of, my video is kind of covering up some of this, but our services are currently used by investigators, background check websites, data resellers, mobile apps, applications, and more. And join now and enjoy quality data with low fees and no monthly minimums. And these guys specialize in background checks, ironically enough, fraud prevention. So it says, we obtain the information from various public record databases, court records, state and national databases, and other repositories nationwide. So again, they're getting their information from places like Equifax and TransUnion. And if you look down here, like resellers, all of our research is delivered in XML format for you to embed in your applications and websites, which is perfect for those reselling public records and other data sets. So the fact is that these guys are actively taking your data and then packaging it in a way to make it even easier for them to resell, and now they're getting hacked. and it says about us. If you kind of look over here again, it's like a super generic website. Doesn't There's hardly any information on it. There's no like mailing. I mean, it just almost looks like kind of a shady website, to be honest with you. There's no like mailing address. There's very little. Let's see if we look on contact. Here we go. And for giggles, I'm gonna just see if this is a legit location. I'm curious to know what they're. It's in a public. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is in a public parking lot. Where is it? It's next to Joe's. Is it next to Joe's Pizza? Wait a minute. Where is it? Where is it? I mean, is this a legit business? I don't see them anywhere. Let's see. Wait a minute. How could it? It's part of the UPS store? No, that can't be right. Let me check that. I guess it's literally they have your records inside of a UPS store. I don't know what to think about that. And this is dated back in 2023. TransUnion reckons big data dump of stolen customer data came from somebody else. Basically, they're saying a thief using the same handle shared in a cybercrime forum claiming to be a TransUnion database full of sensitive information belonging to people in North and South America, Europe, and other parts of the world. And this was said to include people's names, TransUnion identifiers, passport information, ages, dates, places of birth, employers, summary of financial transactions, credit scores, loan details, and other sensitive material. And TransUnion did admit in 2022 that it suffered a security breach after criminals broke into a South African server and stole at least 5 million records, or 5 million records remained for 5 million customers and 600,000 businesses. And they issued, it says TransUnion is aware of some limited online activity alleging that data obtained from multiple entities, including TransUnion, will be released. And basically, they're not talking much about it because that's probably a pretty embarrassing thing. They didn't respond back to requests for comment on it, and of course, data protection is their top priority at TransUnion. Of course, they would say something like that. So this stuff is definitely happening. We've got TransUnion, we've got Equifax security breaches. We've got this company that's based in a UPS store in a shopping center in Florida. All of your information is being leaked, and there's not hardly any data security. It's just like mind blowing to me that this is how your data is being protected and being treated. But anyway, I wanted to bring this information to you. I think it's really important. You should at least be aware of what's going on and hopefully take some proactive measures to protect yourself. Anyway, appreciate you watching. We'll see you in the next one.